All right. Time to take a look at what's going on out in the world of social media. I talked to you the other day about a website that you should be checking out. It's at Reddit, and it's the subreddit called The Donald. Check that out. You'll become addicted to it, and you'll find that you are on top of what's going on because you will see an amazing amount of research that is taking place there. Now, of course, with anything, you've got to weed through and be able to sort out the nonsense from the real stuff. But if you have any couple of brain cells in your head that you can rub together, then your common sense will kick in, and after a while, you'll be able to understand. You'll be able to learn the process because there's a tremendous amount of people out there really thinking and gathering together, and that's what these forums are. So you got Reddit, which is a great forum. It's more specifically the subreddit, the Donald. You go to the 4chan, the subreddit /POL, or I like another one, Godlike Productions. These are all great forums where you can go and you find a tremendous amount of investigative research that is being done and news that isn't being reported in the general mainstream media. So some of the highlights that I want to bring up that are being discussed over there today, a lot of them revolve around this travel ban that the judge in Hawaii has decided that he would say could not happen. So here's an article from the American Thinker. Trump could just ignore the court's halting a travel ban. And basically it goes on to say, does our current status quo make our Constitution a suicide pact? Thomas Jefferson certainly thought it could be, warning that accepting judicial supremacy would make our founding document just that, a fellow de se, as he put it in Latin. Acceptance of judicial supremacy, by the way, is precisely what President Trump's temporary ban on immigration from 7 Muslim countries is on hold. Imagine that. Okay, so basically we have a judge who's decided that, he knows better than the rest of the country, but the president has the right to do this. Now, why would the president want to be protecting America from different parts of the world and where they are coming here as refugees? Well, one, because in 622 AD, the Muslim invaders invaded other countries, and they did so under the guise of being refugees. So they've been sneaking in for a long while. That's how they took over Medina, and then later they went into Mecca, and on and on and on. This is their MO. It's what they do. They sneak into countries pretending to be refugees, and they're hopeful that the people in the country aren't smart enough to figure that out. And so far, it's been working. But when it happens and these people are sneaking in, there's problems going on. Look what's happening in Sweden. These are some of the other stories that are going on out there. Sweden announced, we're going to cut your head off. They're telling Islam. A state of panic hit the Swedish government after receiving dozens of citizens, a dozen citizens received letters from Daesh giving them three options: to convert to Islam, to pay a tribute, or get their heads cut off. Well, that's quite serious. So you could understand why the president might want to make sure that the type of people that want to do this wouldn't want to come here. I can't imagine if you talk to anyone out there that no matter who they are is going to want to invite somebody that's going to want to kill them. It's kind of seems backwards the way you see some individuals wanting to invite these radicals over here as if they are on some suicide pact, but the rest of the Americans aren't. So we're not going to, pay attention to all of the cries from the misinformed. Here's another one. Primary school teacher quits after Muslim students threaten to behead her. Again, what are we hearing in here? We're hearing Muslim. We're hearing threats from Muslims. We're hearing threats from Muslims that are students, not just adult students, children. This is what they're being taught. So go through the social networks, check it out. This is the big conversation out there. There's a story developing now about a couple of people killed in France by a Muslim who was hollering "Al Akbar" as he was doing the killing. So these are problems. It's a big problem. That's why the president is taking action. These justices are way over their bounds. They're way past what they're supposed to be doing. They're throwing politics into the scenario, and they're not supposed to be doing that. So the situation will get cleared up, but I just wanted to bring to your attention what's going on here and then encourage you to go to these social forums. Look for yourselves. Don't take my word for it. Look for yourselves. Begin to follow the trail of links and then more links. And then that will lead you to other stories to help confirm the ones that you have already seen. Okay? And you'll find that there's tons of people out there ready, willing, and able to help you to be able to understand what's going on. All you have to do is ask, go into these forums, and just get involved. That's it. That is it for our social political section for today. I'll be back.